Hey guys, welcome back. This Monday, it's Mom and Daughter Mondays. My name is Camille Cates. I'm the Assistant Director for Healing Hearts Ministries International. This is my girl, my oldest daughter, Phoebe Cates. We're joining you this week for episode 5. Why am I so angry with her?
And we're going to be talking about different types of anger.
Hey, if you want to engage with us as you're watching the video, feel free to use any of the emojis, the likes, the heart, the angry button. Can we say? Wouldn't it be nice if we had an angry button when we were talking about a good, godly type of anger? Is there such a good, godly type of anger that we can have, that we're allowed? So Ephesians 4:26 actually answers that question. Listen to what it says. Be angry and do not sin. That's the key point. Don't let the sun go down on your anger. So the Bible actually says that we can be angry, but we're not to sin in that anger. And we definitely want to strive to not let the sun go down on our anger. Don't end the day with an angry heart, in other words. So we're going to be talking through a couple of different types of anger. There is unrighteous anger, anger that is really revolves around self and self being offended. We're going to discuss that a little bit more. Or righteous anger, things that God is angry about, being angry over sin. So Phoebe's going to talk with us about a couple of different things related to righteous and unrighteous anger.
Yeah, so kind of going back to what we had talked about in the previous weeks about determining whether your anger is a result of preference or sin. So if somebody has sinned against you and you're hurt by that, you're angry by that, that would be what we would call righteous anger. But when it's somebody who's not doing something the way that you want them to, that's preference, and that anger is unrighteous anger.
Yeah, and even in righteous anger, we need to realize that first and foremost, we have sinned. So the other person has sinned against God himself. And that usually evokes righteous anger. We tend to turn it towards self and a self-focus when we think about only that person only sinning against us. And when we limit it to only thinking about people that have sinned against us or the simple action against us, usually we want to retaliate, have bitterness, resentment, slander them, gossip against them. But if we'll remember that they first and foremost have sinned against God, that they are not right with God, as a Christian, our hearts should want that person to be made right with God and then right with us. And so we really need to remember that anger is a God-given emotion that causes us to take action. So when we're angry, it's a discernment. It causes us to look inward and say, okay, why am I so angry? What's going on in my heart? Is this because I'm selfishly angry? I'm unrighteously angry over something that's been done or directed towards me? Maybe it was just a preference. Maybe something that the other person did was even accidental. They didn't do it on purpose, but we're angry because we just assume wrongly that they did. So there's all these ways that our hearts can get jumbled up with anger, and we need to let the Lord show us in our hearts whether we have righteous or unrighteous anger. And if it's righteous anger, there's a call to action. Now, we're not going to have time in just a short amount of time to go through all of the nuances of righteous anger, but we do want to encourage you once again, just the different resources we have. We have Walking Together. There's actually one of the video talks in here talks about walking in peace, not anger. Then we also have the First Love Study. It's like a devotional for young women. I'd say ages 13 through college. Likewise, moms, this is about daughters, but hey, we also have a devotional for young men called The Fight of Your Life. But we just want to encourage you with another passage Phoebe's going to read from James.
Yes, James 1:20. For the anger of man does not produce the righteousness of God.
Yeah, so that tells us right there, and that's pointing to unrighteous anger or even righteous anger responded to in an ungodly, unrighteous way, that our anger does not produce the righteousness of God. And so only in taking our anger before him, asking him to help us discern what type of anger it is in our hearts, and then obeying his word in response to righteous anger, that we can all be at peace with the Lord and with each other. Next week, we're going to be talking about episode 6. Why can't she be perfect.
And we're going to talk about overcoming perfectionism with grace.
Take care. Have a great week.